All right, so we have a special guest today. If you look in the kitchen, you will see there's a cat. And so this is our special Tai Chi teacher for the day. Her name is Mittens. And we have been socializing this cat. She's feral, of course. We don't actually know that it's a she. That's how we're referring to her since late October, early November. And she now comes into our home to eat sometimes. So we may have to interrupt the class to accommodate our guest. Okay, so if you're here, you got everything set up. Let me check one thing before we start. Okay, great. Let's start in Tai Chi Harmony. Allow your feet to connect. And then bring your head top up to the highest point without raising anything else. So leave your tailbone, your shoulders, just pulling the one point at the top, all the way up. And then breathing deep. Bring your hands together at the center. And for clarity, the hands. This is not like a vinyasa yoga where we're pressing the hands into the chest and we're pressing the palms together. Instead, this one, we want to have the space between the hands. And so Tai Chi is a Taoist art form. We look at the yin and yang, black and white, just like our visitor here, the cat, is black and white. And when we talk about black and white, we talk about substantial and insubstantial. And there's a concept of the emptiness or the hollowness presented in Taoism. It says in Taoism it's the emptiness of the cup that makes it useful, or the hollowness of the handle that we can put our hand into to drink it. It says in the building, the window, even though it's empty, provides us the vantage point to look outside. So in the same way, in Tai Chi Harmony, the hollowness, the emptiness between the hands is something unique. So put your mind in that space between your hands. Relax the rest of your body. Allow your feet to connect to the ground, and relax and allow your head top to reach all the way into the sky. And then connect the tongue to the upper palate. Make sure you have at least a half smile, and then move your mind to the space between your hands. And then feel your body from that space. Where is it unaligned? Can you make adjustments from there? Take a deep breath. Relax. Put your mind back into the Dantian. When we practice Tai Chi, we want our brain, our consciousness to be right in the center. And so we just got done talking about hollowness. So if we do some silk reeling type exercises, imagine the feeling of hollowness in the arm and the chest. We talked about this hollow feeling inside the hands. So now, fill the space when you're turning. Feel the hollow space. Feel how you can make it more expanded without changing the shape. Breathing, imagine you can fill that space with chi. So like if you're, while we're doing this exercise, imagine the breath coming out of your nose like styrofoam that expands, right? If you do some insulation or you do some styrofoam packing, imagine breathing into your arm, into this hollow space, and this breathing. And then when the chi arrives in the hollow space, it becomes substantial. So if somebody were to press in on your arm, it would have styrofoam packing, soft but resilient behind it. What's happening with the lower hand? Is it going flat, palm up, palm down? Not as important. For this exercise, I want you to feel the empty space. Check to see that you haven't lost the half smile that's the minimum. Make your breathing match the movement. Turn 180 degrees, look all the way from one side. Keep the correct posture. And then you feel the empty space in your arm, expand that to feel the empty space in the arch between your legs. So relax your tailbone as if you're sitting, to relax into this exercise. And then fill that space like there's something there to sit on. In Mandarin, they call horse stance mabu, horse stance. So imagine that you have a saddle and there's a horse, and it's the chi filling that space. So you can relax your legs. And then how do you relax your shoulders? Feel, now instead of inside the arm, feel underneath the arm. There's a hollow space between your arm and the ground. So relax your arm to rest on the chi. And then you have a hollow space that's in your nose. So while you're breathing, put your concentration on your nostrils. And then we'll activate one more, which is right on the top of your head. So straighten your posture. Stay relaxed. Bring everything back to the center. Returning into Tai Chi harmony. And then do the alignment, do all of the adjustments. Pull the head top up. Relax the brow, open the vision. Open your nostrils. Relax your sinuses so that you can breathe through the front of your face. The mouth is closed, half smile is the minimum, meaning the corners of the mouth are activated. Tongue is connected to the upper palate. Chin is tucked. Shoulders rolled back and relaxed. The chest is hollow. And there should be a little space in the armpit. In one version of the Tai Chi Classics, it says like a robin's egg can sit in there without being crushed. That means the arms aren't flat. There's that hollow space that we had talked about. The chi fills it. base of the palms touching first. Use the center to support. Tailbone is relaxed so the lower back can open. And the spine is expanding, so we're pushing up and down. Insides of the hips are folded. The knees are relaxed, they're not locked. Expand your ankles, make your ankles strong. Connect your heels to the ground and pull them in. Pronounce the arch of the foot and activate your toes, either pulling them back or pushing them down. Let's go back to breathing. So when we're doing this silk reeling exercise, why do we call this silk reeling exercise? Very much like the first two movements, grasp the sparrow's tail left and right, but we're doing something a little bit different. Silk reeling in the Mandarin is Chan Si Jing, and it means the kind of power that these silkworms use to reel silk. The idea is, for anyone that's gone fishing, most of us probably have not handled silkworms or their product, but if you've worked with a kite or a fishing reel where if you try to turn too fast, the line breaks. This is the concept. The writers, the people who described Chansi, is earlier when we're practicing, we can feel chi in different areas. And if we try to move too fast or move abruptly the wrong way, we break that connection. We break that feel for the chi. So we want to be able to slow down, do the breathing, let your dust settle, and maintain that connection to the chi. Last week we did an exercise where we just focusing the chi in a small area. And you can practice your Tai Chi form this way, where when you start, you can move the hands, make the chi ball very big, reduce its size, change it very large, etc. And we didn't want to break the connection, the line between the hands, the feeling that you can sense your hand from across the space. You can practice this. The same, when we're doing silk reeling. See, I usually don't leave this door open, but because we have a explorer here in our house checking things out, the door has been left open for her to move about freely. So return to silk reeling. With this exercise, you don't have to think about the form or what's coming next, or if you were unbalanced from the last posture. It's a much simpler exercise. And we can make it into a Tai Chi exercise by reaching the near extremes. So when I say turn all the way to the side, turn the right amount without twisting your knee or feeling pain. Leave your hips facing forward the whole time in this exercise. So even when I'm turning my hips, the turning is happening at the waist. Keep pushing up through the back of the neck. You can go at your own pace. Match the breathing with the timing. Feel the hollow space. You have one behind your knee. We talk about inside the elbow. You have one here in the front of the leg. fill all of those hollow spaces with chi. How many here know this hollow space just here above the collarbone? There's a divot that goes there. Can you fill that hollow with chi? Uh-oh, we have company. She wants to get over to the couch over here to take a nap. That's okay. You want to go over there? Okay, go ahead. Yeah. She is super, super smart. Yeah, and also super scared still. All right, what are we talking about? Chi, filling hollow spaces. So this idea is in Chinese culture. When you look at a Chinese coin, it has a hole in the center of it. It's because they value the negative space. So every place you can find in your palm, there's a cup. Fill with the chi. Become even more finite. Start to fill when you have, if you have, you see there's a line here, these divots. Start to fill even those areas. Make them expand with chi. Continue the qigong style breathing. Even the flattest of divots, the side of your temple, has a hollow. Expand it with chi. Your eye sockets. Take a deep breath, return back to Tai Chi Harmony, back in the center. And then move your mind to the center. And we've been standing, moving kind of slowly, breathing quite a bit. So pull all the chi into your center. And imagine that chi, all the extra energy, all the extra vibration, expanding so that you're standing without using any effort. We talked about using this chi ball last week. And now imagine it's in the center and it expands so big that your frame, your structure is supported in it, like suspended in a force field. Like a stapler that's been put into some jello and is hovering. Take a deep breath. We're going to do, if anyone have questions, thoughts, comments, ideas on anything we have covered so far? No. We are going to do some X-stepping, but we're going to also practice the balance, Jinji Doli, but I want you to carry the idea of the chi being able to go to the hollow spaces and expand. So we're going to practice slowly. I'm going to face the other direction to start. And for anybody new, for anybody that's hasn't done this exercise before, we're calling this X-stepping because we're stepping in the pattern of an X. So we're starting from the center. Make sure you have enough space around you. And your feet are parallel the whole time. So when we step back, shoulder width wide, shoulder width deep into a square, and then bring the other foot. We'll do one round regular, and then we'll do Jinji Duli. Go back to the center, grip the ground, bring the other foot, stepping forward, grip the ground, bring your foot, step back, Step forward. Remember to breathe naturally. Center, and then rear right, and then center. And now, when we step back to the corner, on your left foot, balance. And while you're balancing, relax your tailbone, push your head top up, and see if you can fill the hollow space under your leg with energy, under your tailbone, inside the arm. Take a deep breath. Return back to the center, grip the ground. Grip the ground. And now when stepping forward on the right side, relax. And fill those spaces. Imagine you can put the chi under your hand and use it like something to press on. Center. Step forward. Grip the foot. Breathe deep and expand into all the spaces. Center. By the way, you can go at your own pace. Grip the ground. Relax. Practice your balance. Center. Stepping back. Grip. Balance. Go back to the center, and then forward. Grip the ground. Jinji Doli. And then center. Grip the ground. Expand. Center. Let's do one more round. Back. Allow the foot that's pointing to the ground to actually point to the ground. Don't use any effort to point it to the ground, and don't use any effort to hold it upright. Naturally. Center. Let's actually, after practicing, return everything back to the center. After moving in several directions, bring your mind back to the Dantian. We're going to practice some Tai Chi. How many here experience something, can feel, when I talk about filling the hollow space, can feel the substantial nature of the Chi, or expanding the energy, like you have a yoga ball to sit on, can relax the legs. Anybody have experiencing some chi at some place? All right, great, that's good. By the way, the half smile, my teacher used to say, is a fake it until you make it type exercise. He would say that even if you don't feel good, if you initiate a half smile, you can improve your mood. And I have read that Chi is a fake it until you make it. If you don't know, if you can't feel your Chi, you have to imagine the places where it's meant to go, or the energy lines that it's running in. And this is maybe arguable teaching idea. It worked for me. I was taught the meridian lines first. This is where the Chi should go. But from my experience, very external, I grew up rock climbing and spelunking in caves and BMX, skateboarding. So very external, very physical. And this is an internal practice that we're working on, the Chi, expanding into the hollows of spaces. So for other people, somebody that has more reserved background, this may be more easy, and the physical aspect is more challenging. That's a yin yang. So today, I like to continue working on the internal chi, the internal health. So while we're standing here, just as if you're holding a circle, holding a cylinder, something round. I say cylinder because you should feel it all the way on the surface of the body. Relax your elbows. And the same exercise we're doing now, I want you to practice while we're static. So maintain the relaxed breathing. Relax your whole back, including your tailbone, like you're going to sit onto the yoga ball. Pull the head top up there, breathing deep. And practice your chi. So expanding the feeling of the energy into the hollow spaces, into the empty areas. And then very slowly, we're going to start to move. But try to keep the feeling. So move as slowly as you need to. Do you want to go out? Move as slowly as you need to. I had a cousin, while you're working, continue silk reeling. Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go out? I had a cousin who spent some time at a Zen temple, and he said at that particular temple they didn't restrain the children. Children moved about the temple freely. They were given the freedom, just like the cat can come and go. When it wants to go out, it goes out. It's not a disturbance. It's the natural order. And then try to keep the feeling and return to Tai Chi harmony, keeping all of the Chi connected. Take a deep breath, and we're going to practice some Tai Chi together. Let's do the first and second section up to cloud hands. So if you don't know the form, try to practice as much of it as you can. Just like if you're learning a song, or you're learning to draw or paint some new item, you want to practice as much as you can. So just follow along wherever you can pick up. So the form that we practice has, the first section has roughly the proportion of your hand, right? So I start on the right side, we do a few movements, and then the rest of the movements go this way. Once we start the section, everything's pretty much in the center. But from the beginning, we start on the right. Bring the head top all the way up, relax the tailbone, bringing everything in the center for Tai Chi harmony. We're going to open, feet shoulder width wide. Expand the Chi to the horizon, and then allow it to settle all the way to the feet. Expanding for the ready posture. Move slow enough to keep the connection. Breathing deep. This is grasp the sparrow's tail. Step forward. Ward off. Grasp the sparrow's tail. Relax your tailbone like you're riding on the Chi. Turn back to the north. This is split square step. Roll up, roll down, turn 90 degrees. Breathe deep, expand. Play the heart. Move slow enough to feel the chi. If you don't feel it, you may have to slow down to make the connection. Return tiger to mountain. We're going to continue. Bring the hands to the top. Step to a T. Palm press to the center. Breathe deep to roll back. These are the same movements we start the first section with, except now we're facing south. Press. Push. Look left. Glance right. Double press. Horizontal. Split hands. Hook. Turn back to look at the moon. Move as slowly as you need to feel the connection to the chi. Breathing deep, this is repulse the monkey. Opening to the right side, this is Sherfei. Shoulder bump. Type of ward off, Hai Di Zhang, kneel at the bottom of the sea. San Pong Bay. Fen Shen Pi Shen Shui. Step square. Lan. Shui. Di Bu Hua. Shang Bu Li. This is rollback, how we start the first section. Press. Push. Look left. Glance right. Double press. Horizontal, split hands, hook, side whip, we're parallel to east and west, cloud hands, 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B, another hook. The owl show, corner whip, square step, and then bring your feet together. Take a deep breath, relax. Questions, thoughts, comments, ideas? No? Okay, good. Let's do the exact same thing again. it's difficult for me to practice the form slowly in a classroom setting. I feel the pressure of time. I feel the clock ticking. When I practice on my own, many times I listen to music. Probably about 50% of the time now I listen with music. My teacher said you shouldn't practice with music. Even TC would say you should hear the music that's coming from the nature, even if the nature is inside your house. But if you do something like this, it allows you to have your own practice. Practice at the speed that you like to practice at, practice the way that you like to. In this class, I'm presenting ideas. So let's do the same thing again. I'll try to maintain the slower speed. And for people that are learning the form, for people that are new to this, you're going to see some, in the first section, after we have grasp the sparrow's tail, ward off, we have roll back, press, push, look left, glance right, double press, horizontal split, hook, whip. These 8-ish postures repeat about 8 times throughout the form. So, like a song, maybe you don't know all the words, but you know the chorus because it's easy to remember, right? It's just a few words. Those 8 postures, you can always sort of get back on track and will help you learn new postures because you feel comfortable doing those. You can say, what's the thing that comes right after this one? Oh, it's a Jinji Dali. Okay, right. So let's continue. Pick a space that is right of the center. Allow your feet to touch. Bring your head top up to the highest point. Relax your shoulders. Bring your hands together in the center. Take a deep breath. And then, while we're here, let's make sure we calibrate. Connect the tongue to the upper palate. Open the vision. Activate the corners of the mouth. Tuck the chin. Line your ears up with your shoulders. Use your center. Relax the lower back. And allow your tailbone to hang with gravity. So as if you're being suspended from above. Relax your knees. Expand your ankles. Make the shape of your foot to be strong. Activate your toes. Make the arch of the foot. And then take a deep breath and try to maintain the same correct posture without any tension. And now, moving slowly enough that you don't disrupt that relaxation. This is called Tai Chi, Qi Shi, the start of Tai Chi. Breathing deep, draw a circle, grasp the sparrow's tail, step forward, ward off. Breathing again, left, grasp the sparrow's tail, square step forward, ward off. Breathing deep. This is called roll back. Join the palms. This is called press. Separate the palms, making a C shape. This is called push. Shifting back over the left foot. Look left. Glance right. Double press. Horizontal. Split hands. Hook. Single whip. Turning back to the north. Grip your feet. This is called Ti So Sang Shi. Lift hands. Split. And then rolling up, rolling down. We're going to turn 90 degrees to the west. This is white crane. Opens the wings. Play the harp. Brush past the knee. Press to the center. Square step back. This is a repetition of white crane, opening the wings, Play the harp. Brush knee, press to the center. Brush knee. C-step. Press. Breathing deep. Relax your tailbone. We can move slower if you've lost the connection to the chi. Holding the moon in the chest. Embrace the moon. Have your thumb sliding right up the center line in a circle. Right into Ban Lan Shui. Corner. Parry. Focused power. Punch. Corner. Expanding in all directions. Punch. One more. Turning to the north, this is return tiger to mountain. We're going to continue to the second section. One hand on top, second hand on top, T shape with the feet, step to the square facing south, palm press to the center, breathe deep to roll back. Same movements we start the first section with. Join the palms, press. Separate the palms, breathing deep, push. Look left, glance right. Double press. Horizontal, split. Hook. Turn back to look at the moon. Repulse the monkey. Number one. Press. Repulse the monkey. Number two. Repulse the monkey. Number three. Diagonal flying. Shoulder bump. Needle at the bottom of the seat. Keep your back straight, looking up, looking forward. Fan through back. Block, punch, kick. Square step. Breathe deep, expand. Focus the power. Keep your back straight, your head up. Di Wu Hua. Shen Bu Li. Change step, roll back. Connect the palms. Press. Separate the palms. Push. Look left. Glance right. Double press. Horizontal, split, hook, side whip, cloud hands. One, two, three, hook, corner whip, and then bring your right foot to your left, return again to Tai Chi Harmony. Take a deep breath, and by the way, for those of you practicing at home, you should balance your moving meditation. Daily practice is required. There's no replacement for practice, with the exception of meditation. One teacher used to say, one mind practice is worth 10 physical practices. So what's that worth? But I recommend you balance your moving time with your static time. And so just like when we finish doing the Tai Chi form, you have a lot of chi, you have a lot of energy. You don't want to go run around. When you stand up from meditating, you've been sitting in lotus for some time, allow your blood flow time to recoup and allow your chi to come back into a moving state. So we don't want to get up and go to do the thing. Even if there's an emergency, we have to take care of our body first. So the same thing, after you do Qigong, after you do meditation, take some time to return to a different sort of functioning state. Before we continue, questions, thoughts, comments, ideas? Cool. Let's go back to Jinqi Du Li. So if we start in Tai Chi Harmony, if we allow our feet to touch, and everything is centered and connected, we can go right to Jinqi Du Li very easily. So let's try that. So recalibrate, bring the head top all the way up. Relax your whole face, but your brow especially. Open your vision. You can exaggerate it like you see something crazy and then allow your vision to return to its natural. Open your nostrils sideways and expand and open your sinuses. So the whole front of your face is breathing. The mouth is closed. Corners of the mouth are activated. You can have a half smile or more. And the tongue is connected to the upper palate. You can leave it just resting behind the front teeth, and there's a bunch of different positions in the mouth it can be placed at. Put it in the one that's the right one for you. And breathing, remember, the more relaxed the tongue is, the more the chi can go through it. So we don't want to have it pressed up there. Instead, it's soft. Hollow the chest. Leave the armpits, the elbows, and the wrists also hollow. Feel the hollow space between your hands. Use your stomach to support so that your entire lower half of your back can relax and expand. Let your tailbone hang with gravity. Activate your feet. Grip your toes. And then we're just going to change. We're going to raise the right hand, right knee, and leave the other hand is going to go like you're holding something at your belly. And then bring the one hand up and the other side down and change. Try the other side. And then returning again. So go at your own pace. You can time this with the breathing, but you don't have to. I want you to see if you can not change the level that you're standing at. Can you make it so that your chi is stabilized in the legs so that you don't shift when you put the feet back down or when you lift one up? This is a sensitivity, balance, chi, Tai Chi exercise. So go from Tai Chi Harmony to Jinqi Du Li, and back to Tai Chi Harmony. Grip the ground. Jinqi Du Li. We're getting a warning. Something is telling us it's time. Grip the ground. Jinqi Du Li. When you come back to the center, take a long, deep breath. Relax. By the way, let me do this. I invent a lot of things on my own. I don't teach them because I haven't had the type of scientific research, the years of clinical research on myself and other people. So I only teach the Tai Chi exercises my teachers were given to me. But I modify them for myself. One that we do in this class, we talked about this one, right? Allowing the backs of your hands. That's Pi Guo Chuan. And I learned that from Wang Zihai through Master Zhao Yun. And so this one, I have modify. As I said last week, imagine that your arms are like ropes and you have a weight at the end of it. This one is both the hands just like whips, all flexible. But imagine you put rocks at the end of them and you do the same exercise. It's a different feeling. And why didn't my teachers teach it that way? That's why I don't teach you that way, because perhaps it's incorrect, but it does some things differently, and I don't do it all the time. What I'm trying to explain to you is I want you to become creative and how you can solve the problems on your internal for your body. Another one, so now I modified it. I said, well, what if I had really heavy weights? So because I'm not going to hold weights and do that, I changed the shape. So I do this. It's a different feeling than if you allow them to open this way. And so just there we've taken one exercise, this one, and shown two different modifications, straight arm and fist, and then one with the bent arm and fist. It does different things to the back, just a small modification. So you can be creative in your practice. Going from Tai Chi Harmony to Jinji Dali doesn't appear anywhere in the form, it doesn't appear. But it's a practice that we can do. So with that, let's do, anyone questions, thoughts, comments, ideas before we close? Because I'm going to do some breathing and close down. So take a nice, comfortable shoulder-width wide stance and breathing. Imagine you're taking all the energy, all the chi, and you're putting it inside. So breathing. Imagine you're in a room with your favorite food, and the room is filled up to the ceiling with your favorite food, and you can have as much of it as you want, and you can eat as fast as you want. So you want to take all of the stuff and cram it in there. Go at your own pace, breathing. And then with this one, I like to do a two-part exercise. The longest, deepest, biggest inhale that you can get to the top, and then your exhale, the chi, the air is going out through the nose, but then the internal chi, we're compressing everything down to the dantian. So if you had a room full and you took all of the stuff, and then you want to pack it down so that you can get a little bit more. But the packing is relaxed, like leaving a weight on top of the package to compress it. So it's yang and active on the inhale, and yin and passive on the exhale. But we have a purpose. The yang is to collect, taking as much as we can, and the rest, the resting, the yin, the soft part of it, is to put it into place. Do 3 more. Go at your own pace. 3 most longest, deepest, most relaxed breaths of the day. When you finish, bring your feet back together in the center. Bring your hands together in the center. And move your mind into your dantian, into your navel. And breathing, keep your mind fixed in that location. Where the mind goes, the chi also goes. It says where the mind goes, the chi follows. So if your mind stays there, the chi continues to follow there. Smiling to yourself, turn your eyes inward, turn your brain, your focus, your concentration to your navel, your dantian, this energy center in the middle. Take a deep breath. And internally practice gratitude for yourself, for your dantian, for your chi, for your ability to move around. You can say thank you, you can sing something. It's a gratitude practice for the self. And then breathing deep, move your consciousness up to the center chakra, the heart chakra, in the middle. And the same thing, leave your consciousness there for just a second. Where the mind goes, the chi follows. And take a second inwardly to smile to your heart. And the same thing, have a gratitude practice. Even if your heart isn't perfect, you can still be grateful. So breathing, smiling at your heart. And take another deep breath and move your mind all the way up into the center of your brain. In the third eye chakra in the center. Allow your brain to relax and expand. Take a deep breath, looking inwards to your mind, and have the same gratitude practice. Smiling inwardly. Have love for yourself, for your brain, your heart, and your chi. Take one more last long deep breath, and that's it. Have a great weekend. Call, write, text with questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.